Hey everyone, welcome to English 1101. I will be your instructor for this semester. My name is Jeremiah Byers. You can refer to me as Byers or JB when you email me. This is the first week. My goal here is to kind of help you to understand how to navigate the course and to uh, understand what you're going to be expecting to do throughout it, and how to contact me, and how to just be able to move around. I know that some of you are dual enrollment students, which means that you're still in high school, and this might be your first college course. Some of you, this might be your first semester in college outside of high school. Some of you might be juniors. I mean, or not juniors. Sophomores who just waited a while to take this English course, or some of you are adults who have just started your new pathway through college, and this is your first time back in school after quite a break. Okay, so I'm going to try to lead you through and let you uh, help you understand how you get through and navigate this course. I know this is an online class, but I do like to have a live sort of feeling to it by having these lectures, okay? But most of it is definitely just online. Um, you begin by going to our main page, okay, our classroom. Always look at the announcements. Okay, these will be my announcements here. Uh, by the time that you get access to this course, this announcement might look differently. It might look, I might have changed it. Okay, this is still in the early stage that I'm recording this in. So, but you always read the week's announcements. I'll also be, whenever I write announcements, they will also be sent to your email as well. Make sure you read those, okay? So, uh, on the left side of your website is the navigation bar. If you ever log in and it looks like this, you just need to click on this little tab here to extend it. Okay. The main things that are necessary on this navigation bar will be announcements here, and then lessons and textbook. This is where you go for uh, the main things we do throughout the week. The textbook tab is where you read the assigned chapters from the textbook. If there's anything additional, like articles, I'll post those in lessons. The lessons are weekly folders. Okay, so you have 1 through 16. So in each of these folders will be the materials for that week and the drop boxes. Okay. Now, I don't have every single thing already in here as of right now, as of week one. So like if it's like week one, you're like, oh, let's see what's in week 8. Well, there is some stuff in week 8, which is nice. Okay, but I don't think I have my material in there for week 9. Yeah, see, okay. So this class is not a computer generated, programmed class that you can just navigate through and work at entirely your own pace. Okay, this is a class that is arranged and operated by a real person in real time, and I am changing things as we go, mostly in response to student performance, student need, things I'm noticing in your work, in your papers. Okay, so this is while this is pretty much a asynchronous course. Okay, you can move as fast as you want on a weekly basis through it, but it is not designed for you to be able to start week 1 and finish all the work within a few weeks and then be done with the class. Okay, this is a week to week course. All right, because I will be adding and changing things to each of the different lesson folders. So with that in mind, week 1 is right now the only one that you need to worry about. Okay. in here, you have all the things that you're doing for this week. The most important, not the most important, but one of the most important things you need to look at in this class is this list of assignments and due dates. I should actually just go ahead and pop this right here on the very top. This is the guiding light of our course, okay? Don't go to calendar. If I could hide that, can I hide that? Oh, I can. Cool. But even in the past, when I've hidden the calendar, somehow students have seen a calendar, and there's a calendar that exists out there that is written by someone who's not me from a pre-written course or whatever, okay? I don't follow that calendar. What I follow, what I do every day, every week of planning is based on this document, list of assignments and due dates. Follow this, okay? Follow this document when and this is the complete outline for our course. All right, you can look at what we're doing every week: week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, week 11, week 12, week 13, week 14, 15, and 16. Okay. On this, it has the things I want to talk about in my lectures. All right. And then it has what you're going to complete that week. And the things that are highlighted are grades. They're grades. Okay. There's grades. So you might have 3 things to read, and then you have 2 grades. So here we have a couple things to read, and we have grades. All right. And so, and then it tells you when these things are due. The safe bet is to have them due by 8/20, August 20th by 11:59 p.m. I'll get to the late policy in just a moment, okay? But follow this. If you're for some reason on our classroom website and you for some reason look at the calendar and you see something random that's due, if it's not on this sheet, then do not worry about it, okay? Only follow what's on this sheet. Every week when I start a new lecture, I'm going to say, all right, y'all, this is week 1. These are things I'm going to talk about here, okay? These things are due, and I'm always going to refer to this. And then when we finish the week, when we're done with, when we've covered everything, then I'm going to like fill this in with yellow. That's telling me we've completed all this. And then I move on to the next week, and the next week, okay? So only do what's in this document. If you have friends, you have buddies in other 1101 classes, and they're talking about things that they're doing or when their assignments are due, oh well, that's on them. Okay, that's for their class. Your class, this stuff right here is what matters. This is the only thing that matters. Okay, these things. So like right now, welcome to class, did it. Now we're doing navigating the course. And then I want to end with MLA formatting. So this is what you're going to do, okay? This week, you're going to take the welcome quiz. The welcome quiz. If you go back to our week 1 folder, the welcome quiz is right here. Take this. Take this, okay? If you don't take it, you'll be dropped as a no-show. And you have to do this before, I think like Saturday or Friday. So you need to make sure that you do that, okay? Next, it says, read the syllabus and my additional policies. Okay, let's do that. Click on syllabus. Read that, and then read buyer's additional policies. So I had it up. Some things I want to highlight for you, okay? I'm not going to read this to you. The whole thing, because you're in college. You can read it yourself. A few things. Here's my email address. Email me there. Okay. Video lectures are required to be viewed. They're not for a grade, but if I talk about anything in a video lecture, you are held accountable for it. Ooh, it's raining out here. All right. AI detection. We have, the school itself has an official policy. It's in the announcements. Artificial intelligence policy. AI is considered an unauthorized aid as described by the Gwinnett Technical College academic policies. AI usage may be penalized with GTC and course policies at the instructor's discern. If there is evidence that AI was used to complete an assignment or part of an assignment, the instructor will notify the student in writing their GTC student email, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'm gonna go over mine. If I detect that you're using AI for anything, classwork or papers, okay, then I will run it through a AI detector. And AI detectors essentially do reverse analysis. AI uses algorithms to generate their text, okay? So through reverse analysis, a algorithm can essentially be detected, an algorithm that was used. The thing about algorithms is that they're consistent. Humans are not consistent. So when a AI detector program, which is just essentially applying a reverse algorithm and detecting the algorithm, and it detects it consistently, then identifies it as, even though this is all original material, its nature, it's the way in which it was written deems that that algorithm was used. Okay, so this right here is determined to be highly suspect of algorithm usage. So then, but I don't just do it with one detector. I will use a couple of detectors. Okay, 0% human generated content right here. 0 content used, 0 human content. So when that happens, okay, I deem it unacceptable. If multiple AI websites all flag it as being AI generated, then we are counting it as AI generated, okay? And it's unacceptable, meaning that I cannot take it, which means that for the first time, you can redo the work, but the highest grade you'll get is a 70. The second time this happens on a different document, then you would not be able to, I would not take it, and this is 0. And the third time that it's been identified that you've used AI, you will be reported to the school, and it'll be entered into your permanent college record, okay? So make sure that you do not use AI. This class, so 80% of this course, it consists of just 3 assignments: Essay 1, Essay 2, Essay 3. The rest of this class, everything else, falls under this 20% range, okay? So in this class, we have 14 classwork assignments. So 14 assignments constitute a total of just 20% of your grade, which means that each non-essay assignment, each little assignment is worth only 1.4%, which means that you could not complete 7 assignments and still make an A in the class if your 3 essays are really well written. With that in mind, I don't kill myself over late work, so if you don't turn in an assignment on time, you just get a 0. You get a 0, okay? If you turn in an assignment after, and the way that you know it's late is if you get a 0. If I grade the assignments, and your assignment isn't there, you get a 0. Once you get a 0, it's considered late, okay? You can turn in late work after you get a 0, but the highest grade you can get is a 70. Okay, that's even on essays. Now, I am pretty flexible though, because like an assignment might be due on a Sunday, but I might not grade it until Friday. Well, like between Sunday and Friday, all those days in between, if you turn it in on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, it's not late in my book because I haven't even started grading it yet. Why am I gonna count it late when I haven't started grading it? Okay, so the due dates that I give you, those are safe dates. Those are like if you turn in by this time, you definitely won't get any points off for being late, okay? The earliest I will be grading stuff will be on the Monday after an assignment is due. So if assignment's due Sunday, I might grade it Monday. I might not. Okay. So you don't need to ask permission if like, can I turn it in Monday morning at 3 a.m. because I work a late shift on Sunday? Do it. Cool. Okay. Don't ask me if you can turn an assignment in 2 days late. Because probably you will be able to get away with that. I probably won't be grading too many college assignments on Mondays. Okay. But like, I'm not into like granting extended time because since I'm not so rigid where I'm always grading on Mondays. Okay. So just know that like, as long as you don't see a 0 in the grade book, you can still turn it in. And also, I'll tell you this, I don't grade anything past 3 o'clock. When I go home, I'm a high school teacher, Parkview. When I go home, I don't do any work because I have little kids and I have a yard that needs a lot of weeding and we don't use chemicals. Okay. So when I leave work at 3, I'm not doing any grading or anything. I do all my grading at school. So if 3 o'clock comes and you check the grade book and you don't have a 0 for an assignment that you haven't turned in yet, then know that you have until the next day, until I start maybe grading again to be able to get that thing turned in. Okay. So I'm flexible with you in the times in which I'm not grading work. Okay. But once I grade something, once a 0 is a 0, the highest grade you get is a 70. Okay? Which is still a C. Still a C. You have to have a C in this class in order to move on to 1102. Okay? If you have a D average in this class, you get a 1.0 GPA for the class, but you have to retake it. Okay? So theoretically, you can turn every single assignment in late as long as you turn it in, get full credit for it, and get a 70 in the class and still move on to 1102. Way to freaking go. Yay. Okay. Moving on because I don't want to have too long of a lecture today. So that's syllabus. Okay. So then you need to read chapters 1, 6, 13, 8 in your textbook. You're supposed to have purchased a textbook and gotten a code. You could purchase a digital textbook and access it here, or you can get a physical copy. I don't know. But let's just say you didn't get a textbook. Let's just say. Well, here this says, read chapter 1, reading to write, becoming a critical reader. I mean, theoretically, I'm sure you could probably Google what does it mean to be a critical reader and get some information. Right here it says, read what is narration, and then using narration. I'm sure you could probably do some Google research to find out what narration is. Definition essay. What is definition essay? Using definition in writing. You get what I'm saying? Even if you don't have a textbook yet, you can still do some Google research on those things, okay, to get an idea of these types of essays, all right? When you're done with that, it says read 2 of the 3 posted articles. Everything you know about the Second Amendment is wrong. Rebel and or Chapter 4, continuing with both authority. Okay, and then read the MLA PDF notes and complete the reading analysis assignment. So if we go to lessons, we go to week 1. Okay. All right. So here are the MLA PDF notes. So I'm going to go over in a moment. Here are the 3 articles that you do need to read. You got to read 2 of them. You got to read 2 of them. Okay. to, after you've read the notes, the textbook, or done some research on the textbook stuff, okay? So you read 2 of them and you try to figure out which, you pick, let's say you read Untangled and Forward. You decide, okay, Untangled is mostly either definition, narration, or exemplification. And then you decide which one Forward is. Forward is either going to be mostly narrative, mostly exemplification, mostly the other one. Okay. You read them. Then you're going to, after reviewing the MLA notes, which I'm going to go over in a moment, you open up a document, either a Word document or a Google document, and you are going to set up MLA style, okay, MLA style, and then you're going to write 2 paragraphs, one on each of the these that you read, and in that article, you're going to state the title of the article, what type of essay it is, and how do you know it's that type of essay. So you'll say something like, I read Everything You Know About the Second Amendment is Wrong by, I have the book around here, and I think this excerpt is a narrative, because a narrative is this, blah, 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 blah. Explain what a narrative is, and then explain how the book, or how that chapter, exemplifies the characteristics of a narrative. Okay, and that's what you're gonna do that twice, one for each of those 2 articles, and then you're gonna submit it. Okay. Now, here I have MLA notes for you. MLA. Now, there's 46 pages of these. This is kind of ridiculous. All you need to know right now is document format. Document format. We're going to do in-text citations later this semester. We're going to do a works cited list later this semester. Right now, all you need to know is how to set up your paper, okay? Your basic MLA lines, okay? That's it right there. Read through all that. Read through setting up this right here, okay? Also, if you look right here, MLA template. I've created a template for you. That's already double spaced. It's already done everything correct, okay? So you can just use this if you want. You can double click here, type your last name in all caps. You can double click here, first and last name. Jeremiah Byers. Let's just say my name is Smith. Mr. Smith. Hello, Mr. Smith. Class name. Oopsies. English 1101. Due date. This assignment is due on the 20th 08 2023. Title of assignment. This is we'll just call this article analysis. Why did it not center? We want our title centered. Enter. Okay. And then with MLA formatting, we hit tab. So we can say the first article I read is called Everything You Know About the Second Amendment is Wrong by Eli Mitchell. This essay is, I want to check to make sure that our formatting is correct. Okay, great. So when you set up MLA formatting, if you don't use my template, it should look like this. And when you go to paragraph, before should be 0, after should be 0, and line spacing is always double. Okay? All right, so if you use my template, you just start writing right here. You just put in this correct information, and then you start typing your analysis. Okay? All right. What I'm doing here is, listen, I am not front loading you with a bunch of information about how to do all this. I mean, I kind of did, but like not explicitly though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all of y'all's submissions, and I'm going to see if the majority of you understand it. If I see that there's like errors all across the board, then I'll do a whole lesson about it. All right. Now, next week, I am going to be talking about specifically narrative, definition, and exemplification essays. And I'll be talking about parts of an essay and tone and audience specifically, okay? But I want you to go ahead and do some of your own preliminary research of these topics, which is why I'm having you read this stuff on your own in the MLA page on your own, okay? All right, the last thing I need to talk about is this. So essay 1 and essay 2. Essay 1 is about a topic that you pick that's a certain style of writing. Essay 2 is similar, about a certain type of writing. You are going to use sources in your essays, okay? But essay 3 is going to be an essay in which you are going to analyze a memoir that you spend all semester reading, okay? A memoir is a nonfiction biography by someone about their life, by someone about their own life, okay? And so this week, you are going to need to decide on a memoir that you're going to read. Your essay 3 is going to be essentially, you're going to be doing some research on like things that affected this person in their life, and then you're going to do research on those things, and then you're going to explain how they did affect the person in the book, okay? So I have posted in here in week 1 some suggested memoirs that I've read and that I know real well. So if I know the book real well, that means that like if you're having trouble trying to figure out what you should write about, I can help you better if I have read the book, okay? So these are a list of books that I think are really good that I've read. This is a biography and a memoir in one, but it still works because it's nonfiction. These are all some suggestions that I have for really good books that you might find interesting. You don't have to read these memoirs. You can pick your own memoir to read. You are going to, next week, not this week, but next week, you're going to fill out a Google form where you state the book that you read and why you want to read that book, okay? So that way I have a record of everybody of what they're going to read. If you read through all of these books and none of these really sound all that interesting to you, I have more that can add to it. Like there's a book on a family of schizophrenics called Hidden Valley Road. Great book, super cool. If I had time, I'd add that to this list. Maybe I will by the time that you get to this. All right, but you will need to pick a memoir to read. I'm not providing the book. You have to find the book either through the library, Audible, Amazon, whatever. Okay, but you need to find a book because next week in the week 2 folder will be a Google Doc. I've not created yet, but I will. That it asks you to explain and post about the book that you're going to read. Okay, so you need to pick a memoir. It needs to be non-fiction, not a fictional memoir, a non-fiction memoir. Okay. All right. I hope that was all this was helpful to you. I hope you're not overwhelmed. I hope that you see that this class is going to be smooth sailing. If you watch the lectures, you follow the list of assignments and due dates, you complete the assignments on time, you email me for help when you need it. All good. Gravy. Okay. All right. Email me if you have any questions. talk to you in the future.